he confessed that actually the certificates of the Obafemi Awolowo University is parading as a medical doctor was fake, that he got it from the net. The one of the medical association that permitted him to practice medicine is also fake.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ghana Observer. Today I wanted to look into the fake certificates and fake doctors that seem to proliferate from Nigeria. I just find it intriguing, and yes, I understand that their population is massive, so there will be more, of that sort of thing. More say, because I know they'll come in the comments, it's because we have a huge population. Yes, we understand that. But USA also has a huge population. India has a huge population. China has a huge population. But we don't get it from there at the same rate. So I just wanted to delve a bit into it to get an understanding of what is really going on there. So here goes.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Nigerian government has invalidated over 22,700 degree certificates from fake universities in Togo and Benin Republic. Now, these certificates were obtained from unrecognized institutions, and many were acquired through racketeering. Now, the government has approved the dismissal of workers with fake certificates and mandated officials to identify those in government employment with such certificates. This move aims to prevent individuals with fake certificates from competing with legitimate graduates.
The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Maman, said only 3 universities approved in Togo and 5 in Benin Republic, while noting that any Nigerian who has attended a solely English university since 2017 is parading a fake certificate.
Because we have to take some major decisions here, some staff who are affected, face disciplinary measures, and that whole unit went through some kind of review. But by and large, we cannot have in our midst people who procure certificates, fake certificates, and come to compete with our students who graduated from universities and polytechnics through their sweat. Some spending 4, 5, 6 or more years and going out to compete with people who simply procure the certificate right here without going anywhere for a lot of them. So what the fake now approved is through the data which NYC has, about 21,684 students are parading fake certificates from Benin Republic, obtained between 2019 to 2023. Togo, about 1,105. How did that happen? They've simply attended schools which are not recognized by their countries, by those countries. Remember, this point is extremely important. The recognition itself is in those countries, or non-recognition is in those countries. They are not institutions recognized to offer degree programs in those countries.
So these universities in the other countries are not even accredited. Why would you waste your time? And then the Minister for Education also mentioned that most of them didn't leave Nigeria to go take the course. They never left Nigeria. So they knew it was something fraudulent. They knowingly did this. And so this type of mindset in the fraudulent acquisition of certificates makes it understandable what leads to all these fake nurses and doctors that we keep hearing about from Nigeria.
Back in Lagos, the police have arrested a fake medical doctor who operated as a medical director of Skylink Medical Center situated in Ikorodu. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
These are patients' hospital cards, medication, medical equipment, and fake medical certificates obtained from Obafemi Awolowo University and Nigeria Medical and Dental Council. The police said a 38-year-old father of 3 has been running Skylink Medical Center for 3 years.
He not only limited himself to administering drugs on minor illness, he continued to perform surgical operations on innocent Nigerians. There was a complainant who said she was operated upon, and through that complainant, in fact, the way and manner the surgical operation was performed, we know that this must be a quack. We invited him and actually confessed after being drilled. He confessed that actually the certificates of the Obafemi Awolowo University is parading as a medical doctor was fake, that he got it from the net. The one of the medical association that permitted him to practice medicine is also fake.
Though police insist he had earlier confessed to having performed 2 cesarean sessions and 1 appendectomy.
I have only SSC. I have worked somewhere as a nursing assistant. Nobody taught me, but I used to help my boss then when he's performing the surgery.
When you start surgery, what do you do?
Surgical blade to dissect the stomach. It's appendix. After opening the stomach, then you cut the appendix. After cutting the stomach, then you suture the appendix and suture the flesh, fat, and the skin. Then you pack it with gauze and apply plaster.
How much do you charge?
150,000.
I am telling Nigerians to be wary about the people they submit themselves to for surgical operations. Such persons should be checked properly and double confirm before allowing anybody to operate on you.
He has a total of 6 staff, 2 trained nurses and 4 untrained ones. Meanwhile, the hospital facility has been sealed pending the outcome of investigation. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Presenting the suspect to journalists, the Deputy Force Public Relations Officer, CSP Abayomi Shogunle, says the arrest followed a petition to the police in February this year, adding that the investigation proved that Mr. Okwe entered the Federal Civil Service with fake credentials and had attended many training, including that on volunteers for Ebola outbreak in Liberia.
He has been in the Federal Ministry of Health working as a project coordinator, and it was discovered that there is actually a doctor registered with the Nigeria Medical and Dental Council named George Davidson Daniel.
But while admitting the allegation, Mr. Okwe, in a twist, said he went into the Federal Ministry of Health as an independent investigator.
I have great remorse, for my action toward my country. There is a mess in our health system. I took a friend to the hospital in St. Gerard, Kaduna. That was in 2002. He died out of negligence. That prompted me to really make a research into the health system.
Unbelievable. He is actually defending his actions and choices. He actually believes that he was doing good. The psyche of some people is unreal. But kudos to the authorities for getting rid of these menaces. Kudos to them. Well done. But the problem then becomes the export. Some of these people with this type of psyche to other countries.
We now head down south of the continent where the nationwide crackdown on healthcare practitioners operating illegally launched the Health Professions Council of South Africa is gaining momentum with arrests made in different parts of the country. Minister of Health, Joe Pala, confirmed the arrest of 124 fake doctors following a crackdown by the Health Professionals Council of South Africa over 3 years now. Pala said the unregistered doctors evade the system by joining the private sector where they can be paid in cash or operate in practices of registered doctors.
2 dozen arrests in a ring that sold fake nursing diplomas nationwide. And there are more arrests to come. Local Times' Roy Ramos is live with this developing story. Roy.
Nicole, this was a $114 million scheme where nursing schools based right here in South Florida sold those fake diplomas at $15,000 a pop. Those students would then take that diploma and in some cases obtain nursing jobs without even having the proper training. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District Mackenzie LaPointe surrounded by federal agents to announce the results of Operation Nightingale, a scheme where fake diplomas and transcripts were sold to thousands of people across the country in order to work as registered nurses.
The last thing we want to learn is that the nurses administering the medications, the ones charged with carrying out the doctor's order, took shortcuts on their clinical training and used fake nursing diplomas to get their licenses and jobs. Unfortunately, thousands of people have taken these shortcuts.
7,600 that federal agents are aware of. 30% of those who purchased the $15,000 fake diplomas went on to sit for state exams, even passing them.
Use those fake credentials to sit for state board examinations, obtain their nursing licenses, and ultimately get jobs at hospitals.
We learned the 3 nursing schools selling the fake documents were based right here in South Florida. One at the Palm Beach School of Nursing in West Palm Beach, another at the Siena College of Health in Lauderhill, and at Sacred Heart International Institute in Fort Lauderdale.
25 individuals have been charged across multiple states with wire fraud crimes, including conspiracy.
While agents have already identified several facilities where people may be working as licensed nurses who obtain those jobs illegally, the concern is the safety of the patients being treated by them.
To date.
So 21 arrests have already been made. 2 more are expected over the next few days. As a result, agents have notified nursing boards across the country.
Today's video I want to talk about those story that broke out some few weeks ago, a week or two ago. A news broke out in the US about some people who obtained a fake nursing license. Some of them are already practicing, some of them are in the process of practicing. Immediately I saw that news, I automatically knew that there's going to be a lot of Nigerians. And now they have published the names of Nigerians, about 18 or 20 of them who are involved in this particular. I want to believe there's still going to be more because they're releasing the names according to states and according to counties. They're releasing the names.
Dr. Anthony Okenwafo is charged with corruption and illegal immigration. The South African Department of Home Affairs says he is unlawfully in possession of dual citizenship, South African and Nigerian, and had tried to bribe an officer, Mr. Bernard Mabidla, investigating him with 50,000 rand.
No, this case is all about vengeance. I defeated the Department of Health in a case of dismissal, unfair dismissal. And after that, the man who caused my unfair dismissal, I think, is being dealt with. And then he's now placing all...
So what do you want the government to do?
No, the government should come in because my 14 Nigerian passports have been confiscated by Mr. Mabidla, who was for Home Affairs here. And I must say, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure he has the authority to do that.
In cross-examining the applicant, the prosecutor, Melville Mashaba, raised issues of his dual citizenship, questioned the different spellings of his name on the various documents seized, his real date of birth, to which an affidavit was presented, as well as his previous marriage to a South African. Dr. Wafo's wife, Amara, a pharmacist, was also held alongside her husband, but was freed a few days later and charges against her dropped, but her Nigerian passport is yet to be released.
I see what's going on here as xenophobic prosecution, and I also see it as white-collar xenophobia.
So quick to label people xenophobic. And what does white-collar xenophobia mean? As in white-collar jobs being Make it make sense, please. But anyway, there's a backstory to this, which I found, and I'm going to read it because she obviously knew what her husband was up to. So it was an article titled Nigerian Man's Illegal Marriage to Young South African Woman Revoked. A Nigerian citizen will have to return to his country of birth after South African authorities revoked his citizenship nearly 10 years after it was granted. This was based on allegations that he had illegally married a young South African woman. Anthony Nwafor told Home Affairs he was a bachelor at the time of his wedding in this country, but was already married to another woman in Nigeria. See why I said the wife knew something about what was going on? Home Affairs also questioned his South African marriage as his new wife was underage. His new wife, let me repeat that again, his new wife was underage and needed permission from her parents to get married. He explained that shortly after a church blessing between him and his first wife, a serious material issue occurred which affected the relationship, resulting in the immediate dissolution of the marriage. Thus, Nwafor said, he and his children who came with him from Nigeria were allowed South African citizenship. You see the deception going on here? Home Affairs revoked his citizenship after discovering his deception. This was because he was still married when he exchanged vows with his young or underage wife while claiming to be a bachelor. Home Affairs also discovered he had married his South African wife less than 2 months. Folks, less than 2 months after marrying his first wife in Nigeria. Prior to his deportation hearing, Nwafor had been arrested on a case of fraud after posing as a medical doctor in Pretoria and Limpopo. This guy was something else. He posed as a doctor, had 14 passports. Did he have maybe his children? He had lots of children. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one. And married an underage South African. And folks, I want to know whether in your respective countries you have people posing as, because I've heard of posing as soldiers, maybe police officers, as doctors and nurses. That's on another level because you're dealing with human lives. So it takes a special type of craziness. But in any case, let me know your thoughts on this. I'm going to end it here. Thanks so much to all my subscribers. I keep saying I appreciate you so much. Thanks for helping my channel grow. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.